So here's something I thought would be interesting. Forgive the camera phone. So here are my drums. If I go here, you can see it's very cool. The thing I wanted to show you was this thing here, OH pitch. So what this is a copy of the overheads. It's exactly the same as the overheads that we've got here. It's just literally copied down and put into a routing folder. And then I do a couple of moves here, which is kind of interesting. Firstly, I'm got a high shelf at 254, about 4 dB, and then I'm taking everything from basically 7K off at an 18 dB slope. Then I go into the complex, which is a plug-in version of Compex. There, that one. And then this is a trick from Sylvia Massey, which is very cool. Essentially, this is a pitch shifter. So you're taking the overheads and you're dropping them down an octave, and working the formant a little bit, and then putting a bit of drive on it. And then I run it through the SSL transformer from the Fusion, which is also over here, but SSL did a great version. I've done some testing of the transformer plugin. Like, it's not exactly the same because you've actually got some extra features in the plugin. And then I've got, actually this is probably redundant now. That should be in bypass. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So if I go here and just go into, put all of these into bypass. And so the idea is that I just mix this in a little bit. So that's at minus 11.5. I'll put this up to, some minus 2. We can hear it as we go. So let me go into the drums in. Okay. So first thing. Let me just give you a little section. Do that again. That was a bit loud. So bypass these. So the EQ, the compressor, so if you can hear that, you get a lot of low end thump, of course. It's way too loud. Like, it's way too loud. Let's bring it all the way down. So we've just got a little bit of that in the background. So if I unsolo, right, let's put the drums in solo. So pulling it back to where you can't quite make it out. Oh yeah, I did need that. So you're just getting like a bit of low end thump from it and a bit of, grainy distortion, and I'm taking away all of the cymbals pretty much. Anyway, I've been doing this for a little bit with the drums. If I just put it with the kick and snare, yeah, it's an interesting little move to crunch up, pitch shift, and then crunch up the overheads. I've done it with room mics as well. I've often done it with this mono mic that I use, which is an R88. But currently I'm enjoying, so R88, it's a room mic. Currently I'm enjoying doing this with a copy of the overheads. You can see I've got that mono mic. Yeah, that's running really low. I've got quite a bit of room stuff going on here, including this stereo. This is actually a Blumline array, so it's two mics. I think they were Coles 4038s. Yeah, 4038s in Blumline array. So you're using a center mic and then a side mic, and then a copy of the side mic polarity reversed there. You can see that that's there. And so you get a really nice stereo image, and then that's going through the decomp, which here is that Audioscape device there. That sounds quite nice. If I take that out, there's not much going on here on that one. I've got a tape emulator. Tape emulation. I sometimes switch this Neve in, which is just for some saturation, and then I do this move quite a lot, where I do a high pass at 35 and a boost at 50, which is tuned to the kick, and then I do a big cut at 500. Actually, that sometimes goes up to 700, depending on. I'm trying to get rid of the snare. I don't want too much snare because I've got quite a few snare tracks. When I say I don't want too much snare, I don't want too much of the crunched up room snare getting in the way. And that's often a big problem in the overheads as well. For instance, this Pro C2 is keyed off the snare, so I don't get too much. If I've got that snare bus going, yeah, that's there. If I mute that one, hear how much more snare there is. It's because the key's not on. Might not be coming through the mic. Anyway, that's what I've got going on here. It's really enjoyable.